Hey Trisha, hey everybody. It's been a while, but here's my naked truth. I'm going to cover both topics from last week's and this week's. So last week's I have no advice. I know nothing about parenting. I know nothing about children. All my friends are parents. All my friends are having kids, it seems like, and I'm kind of the one left out. I don't have any advice other than they're kids. They're going to learn. Sometimes they'll learn something slowly, but don't be too harsh on them. We were all kids once. We all had those early days of figuring stuff out. So just be patient with them, especially when they're 6, 7, 8 years old, trying to learn how to comprehend just the ideas that we take for granted about being basic. Other than that, congratulations, Nate. Congratulations, Trisha. Awesome. You know, having kids is a very cool thing. Like it transforms you, it changes you, it opens your mind, your eyes to just a whole new view of the world, and I'm very happy for you guys, and it'll be very fun to see the child grow and see what topics you're going to come up with and come out of this thing that you have created where your mind is going to go in the community feedback. So I'm very excited to see where this goes. Now, that being said, on to this week's topic, which is a little bit of a rough one. Not a big surprise, I guess, for me. I subscribed to SourceFed when it first came out. I remember Phil initially advertising it, and I just went over and clicked subscribe. I'm like, whatever it is, it sounds great. A news channel sounds awesome. I remember 20 minutes or less when it first came out. I showed so many of my friends this. I've shown my coworkers and my colleagues this formatting, this now this type format of explaining news. I can't remember the term that a site referred to it as, but it kind of sucks. It kind of like in my mind when I hear about it and I think about it, because SourceFed is where I would always go to for news. More recently, the big news stories is what I would go to for any type of attack or shooting or big political thing. I always used to go to that. I, however, lost touch and fell out of connection with it so much when the hosts started changing over so much. I didn't keep up with it. It was changing too quickly. There were things that just didn't hold my attention. And I mean, I didn't watch it, so I guess that's I'm partly to blame for why it's still not there. I know that the company is shuffling around where they want their focus to be for news and information, but I told my friend about a year or so ago, I'm like, I don't know if SourceFed's going to be around so much longer, because it doesn't seem to be having the views, the audience, and whatnot, and that really sucks, because I really liked it, and I loved getting my merchandise, and I loved getting all of my information from it. But, you know, like, everybody moves on to these bigger, better, more wonderful projects. No matter what anybody leaves off to, they seem to go on to these much bigger, grander things. So it's very exciting to see what is going to come next, where everybody is going to go. And it'll be fun to follow, to see where certain people grow. I do got to say, however, the hardest part about hearing that news was about the staff. Watching the behind-the-scenes vlogs, I really started liking the different staff members and what they would say in their comments, and following them around on social media and what they would say. I'm subscribed to Star's YouTube channel, watching her vlogs, and it broke my heart when I heard that SourceFed staff was also being let go. And it's just, man, that kind of sucks. You know, it's an end of an era, but Trisha, as you have moved on to more creative and wonderful, better things, so everyone else is going to move on. So instead of sharing just my simple stories of what I liked so much about SourceFed, I'm actually going to show you the clips of my top 5 favorite moments of SourceFed. And I believe one of them is SourceFed Nerd. And the first clip I'm going to start off with is one of the very few videos that actually got me to laugh out loud so hard with Steve Zaragoza. Was the first time he did an impression of George R.R. Martin with Joe Beretta.
We actually got our hands on the man behind the conspiracy, and it's no surprise that it's master of making fans cry, George R.R. Martin. George, what role exactly did you play in The Undertaker's loss?
Well, everybody loved his winning streak, so I f***ing killed it.
Okay, well, not a lot of people know that you're writing for the WWE now.
Yeah, why do you think it's taking me so long to finish my f***ing book, The Song of Ice and Fire?
Well, a lot of wrestling fans are very upset with the loss. Is there anything you'd like to say to them?
Yes, I would, Joseph. In fact, in all seriousness, what I've been trying to say this whole time is I don't give a f*** about you. fucking write what I want. You. I'll write your whole fucking family into a fire. I'll make you watch your family burn alive.
Okay, got it. Do you have anything else in store for the WWE?
Yes, more incest.
Good to know. George R. R. Martin, everybody.
Can I go? God, never done a more annoying piece of show in my life. The studio looks like someone's old office.
The next two clips that I'm going to show are featuring Lee. And Lee had such an awesome sense of humor and such an awesome way of communicating information that just always made me laugh and smile no matter how bad I was feeling. And it wasn't until the first time I saw her do her impression that you're going to see first of Mildred Patterson that I just fell in love with the way that she can just make a character come alive, that she can just bring this whole person to seem so entirely different but still have that same sense of humor and just make me smile so much. So my number 4 and number 3 are both Lee Newton doing her thing.
Study. Here to share some of their pretty groundbreaking results is Mildna Patterson. Mildna, tell us about some of these results.
Well, there's no such thing as time travelers.
Care to elaborate?
Yeah. Time travelers don't exist.
Great.
We scanned websites and search results for the appointment of Pope Francis or the comet Ison to see if anyone either predicted anything or alluded to anything, and nope. Then we spent months researching, sites or mentions of the comet or the Pope, and nope.
Okay, you also asked time travelers if they could send tweets using hashtag I can change the past too.
Yeah, we also gave them the option I cannot change the past too, just to cover both bases.
Okay, well, if they were not able to change the past, then how would they have been able to tweet that?
Have you ever thought about being a physicist?
Not even a little
It's a
bit.
pretty easy job. You work from home.
You work from home?
Yeah.
You're a physicist who works from home.
Not hard. I went to Arizona, University of Arizona.
That's a good school.
Yeah,
That's a really good school.
not too hard. So, no time travelers were discovered, but the negative results here don't necessarily disprove time travel. In fact, they prove something way bigger.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Clearly, there's no internet in the future.
Okay. Thanks, Mildna. That's a real story, by the way. We have sources down below.
Spent a lot of months looking for time travelers, man.
Yeah. Well, it's a shame that they don't exist. Otherwise, you can go back and save yourself all that time. Do you have headphones in?
No, it's a constant loop.
Of music?
Do you want to see what I would look like as a bird?
Yes. I'm on board. And finally...
And lastly, but not leastly, and certainly my favoritely, Mrs. Fred. Fred is a Gulfport, Mississippi police dog that has a talent for snarfing out illegal contraband. But Fred was recently fired for being lazy and getting too easily distracted. While on duty once, Fred was complying with a Coke can instead of looking for Coke. Fred is adorable and lazy. He just has attention deficit doggy disorder. Fred has a litter to feed, people. This is actually very serious news. Fred will be fine. He's an adorable, adorable, dumb Fred. And lazy Fred. I love him. How do you fire a dog? You better just see me? Yeah, Fred, sit down. I don't understand. Okay. Okay, we're done. He just goes home to his wife. What happened? Honey, sit down. We'll be fine. Cat.
My number 2 favorite spot is a little bit of a personal accomplishment. It was a commentary, and you guys actually read my comment. It was the first comment that time. It was for Movie Club, and you guys had just watched Event Horizon. And for some reason, Movie Club was always a week behind me from where I was actually watching something. I would watch a movie randomly just because I thought I was just being in the mood for it, and then the next week Movie Club would watch the movie. So it was really cool that you guys actually picked my comment, and that was a big oh my god, I feel like I exist all of a sudden on SourceFed as an audience member. So this is my number 2 moment.
Colin Healy says, this movie freaked me out as a kid when it first came out. I watched it recently again, unrelated to this, and it just made me chuckle.
Oh yeah? Well, do you laugh at bad jokes?
I just don't like that you said it was unrelated to this. Why don't you watch it with us?
Yeah.
Is someone watching it with us?
Yeah,
Colin?
watch it with us.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, my number 1, as cheesy as it is, as random as it is the first episode you showed up on, Trisha. It was really the first time I'd ever thought of somebody else being on SourceFed. It was the first time like somebody seemed to come inside this little 3-person structure of people that I had learned to trust and depend upon for my daily news information. And this was your first video ever. And I'm not a big fan of change. I'm not a big fan of something coming in, but you joined SourceFed, and then all this, you know, the channel grew, and then SourceFed Nerd, and you started doing your own channel. And I met you, and I started participating in your Naked Truth series, and I mean the lights. I'm shooting this at like almost 2 in the morning, and the lights that you really helped me in a lot of ways, even between our personal emails of stuff I have going on or something that is just happening. You know, it's all because of this, and I never thought it would be possible to meet somebody so cool and interact with somebody in such a vulnerable, personable way. So I guess my number 1 favorite moment of SourceFed is your first episode.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to 20 Minutes or Less. I'm Elliot Morgan.
And I'm Trisha Hirschberger, temporarily filling in for Joe.
Joe's out right now preparing for Leet Up. For more information on that awesomeness, click the link in the description. Let's get started.
Google claims that this new privacy policy won't be terribly different from the former. The only difference is now that it's going to collect all of your information to one user profile instead of collecting it from various individual sites. The overall result being a better user experience. Google's privacy director, Alma Witten, states, "We just want to use the information you already trust us with to make your experience better. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already."
So those are my top 5 moments. That is what I will always remember the most when it comes to SourceFed. That is what I will always think of very fondly, is just what it was to communicate news and inform people in such a quick, easy manner, to have such an outreach and to have such an influence on people in a way that I'd never seen before, but a way that I wish to emulate, in a way that I wish to bring into my job field. And it is with a heavy heart that I say goodbye to the channel as it goes away, and hopefully I pray something new comes into its place. I pray that that everybody can be shuffled around into something that is even better than it was before, but who knows what the future holds. So that's all for this week's Naked Truth. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you get a chance, and I'll see you guys next week.